Hello, Frida. How are you doing? So we should be live, and I'm here with Frida right now. Scratch, 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 scratch. All right. Oh, we gotta activate this real quick, and then we're just gonna wait for people to hop on in. Move that over there. Move that over there. I might as well check the weather for the next few days. Oh yeah, it is hot today. It is. It's me, the part-timer, who's been like horribly sick, or like, with a pretty rough cough for the last like week and a half. I'd say more around a week. I think I'm recovering well because now it I still feel like my voice is a little different. Uh I'm definitely still coughing. We're gonna see how this reading stream goes, despite my throat getting a little ticklish. If anything, I'm more worried about the cats because we have the fans on, it's warm, but like it's like 71, but they still have the apartment heat on. So like they're lazing about, you know. Frida won't even go on my brother's bed because I think she just has it so internally locked that like high places are warmer, so try to get lower to get colder. Despite I don't think there being that much of a temperature difference. And like they're also sleeping a bit more because, you know, really warm. But they have plenty of water, they have food. Also, I had to, well, I didn't have to, but the cough was getting so bad that I just had to use Vicks, and Vicks isn't good to use around cats, because it just has everything like you're not supposed to have around them. Uh, so I was a little worried about that, but cats seem to be fine. Because I was drinking, uh, just a bunch of medicine, or the equivalent of Dayquil, NyQuil, and when the cough started, and it just was not helping. It's when I switched over to the Vicks that, you know, you have to put on your chest and neck or whatever. But no, they seem to be fine with that. They're acting as they usually do, except, you know, warm. So more reasons to be lazy. Yeah, no, it was a little scary when my cough because I think I did stream last week. I think White Knight Chronicles. I think after that stream, For some reason, only during the night was my cough really bad. Like, it was pretty awful. But, like, during the day, it would calm down. But nighttime, just shredding my throat, essentially. But yeah, finally feeling better, so I'm not using Vicks anymore because again, I learning how dangerous it is for cats. Don't want to risk that at all with them being around. So I'm probably just gonna stick to Dayquil, NyQuil again. Maybe get just some honey and some water. To see if that helps out a bit. Maybe, or not honey, just something to help with the throat. Something to soothe it some more to help get rid of the mucus. But yeah, that's about it. Got pretty rough with coughing. Not really sickness, just the coughs are pretty rough. And cats not liking the warm or not enjoying the warm weather as much. The loneliest girl in Alternia. The lineliest? Sir, that's how she pronounces the loneliest. No, that's lineless. No, it's loneliest. Okay. Fight me, fuckboy. Eridan. Alright, let's do Nepeta. I feel like Solix is gonna have the bad ending of the Mind Honey. Really don't want to start tripping like that, but we will see. We will see what happens. A lot. I'm not, we're gonna go. 10 face facts. Something's going on here. Now that you didn't already know that, you've had the blurry outlines of all this strangeness for a long time. Only after your stint with Aradia. Aradia, that you managed to fill in all of the shapes and colors. Your friends, companions you've been to hell and back with, you forgot about them. That feels like, can't even come up with a sufficiently dramatic mixed metaphor. It feels bad. Your desperate friendship thirst was compelled. You get that. And it's mostly worn off by now, but what the fuck else are you supposed to do? It's basically just your job now. So you'll just keep doing your job. Whatever. Let's do the damn route. Who did Equus tell you about? His Moirile rates? You'll try to find her in the middle of the woods, which is a very normal thing to do. You'll be normal. It's a normal kind of day. You zap to the mouth of a cave and are immediately set upon by a wild beast. Yellow eyes flash, sharp teeth glitter. You brace yourself to be made into dinner. The wild lioness sits back on her haunches and contemplates the stranger. The wild lioness sits back on her haunches and contemplates the stranger. That's how you know she does that. She tells you. But taking a closer look, you realize she is, in fact, not a wild lioness. Just a very unkempt troll in a green coat and grubby t-shirt. She smells like a fire pit. AC licks her snout and tries to figure out who has just happened upon her den. A friend? A foe? Dinner, perhaps? The troll girl licks her lips. You realize even though she's not some bloodthirsty predator, she does have some very sharp canines. And clawed gauntlets on her little hands. She's small, but with trolls, you've discovered the hard way that size does not translate in a 1-to-1 strength ratio. You tell her that you're a friend, definitely a friend, and not at all the sort of friend you playfully fight with and then accidentally eviscerate, because you never know of trolls. The girl, whose names you have a sneaking suspicion might be Nepeta, scratches at her chin, her fingers curled up like a paw. You're worried she's gonna put her eye out with those claws. AC wrinkles her nose and wonders what anyone would be doing all the way out here in the wastes. It's not very possible. That one was a bit of a stretch. How did you come upon my cave? AC says it with a growly glower. Alright. It just so happens that you're an expert RPer. And by expert, you mean you once played Soldier Purbeast with a stressed out Jade Blood kid, which you'd forgotten about until literally yesterday. Anyway, what you mean is, you got some moves. You go limp and shove a pet at your throat. Yielding to is clearly the alpha female here. You're barely even role-playing here. Every olive blood you've met could rip out your intestines and wear them as a shawl. Nepeta beams down at you, before remembering that she is a regal lioness. AC nuzzles the strange little cub and welcomes them to her cave. Appearing to realize that she doesn't need to describe her actions out loud because you are right in front of her, Nepeta nuzzles you gently with the top of her head. You get the feeling she doesn't get out much. You tell her you didn't mean to startle her or anything. You just think you have a mutual friend, a big indigo blood named Equius. Nepeta digs her nails into your arms. Her eyes go wide. You know Equius? How? Where did you meet him? Tell me everything. Okay. Well, it's kind of a funny story. Before you can get into it, Nepeta launches herself off of you and scampers into the cave, where she runs her knuckles occasionally touch the ground. You weren't sure if she moves like that naturally or if she is just very, very in character. She pauses at the mouth of the cave and gestures you inside, the sleeves of her coat flopping down past her wrists. If you had parents, they probably would have taught you not to follow catgirls in caves. But you didn't, so you're totally down. The cave is small and chilly. Several animal pelts cover the cavern floor, from creatures too large to be wolves, but too shaggy to be bears. Maybe some sort of wolf bear? All the furniture is hewn from stone. The Rikku formed from a natural hollow in the rock. Of all the hives you spent time in, this one is the most rustic. You wonder why. Nepeta isn't high blood, but she certainly is not a low blood either. She could have made a hive at least as nice as Tavros. AC welcomes the strange cub to her den and invites them to sit down wherever they release. She realizes that her visitor is probably sleepy and hungry. Luckily, AC has a fresh kill. Oh, great. That is really lucky. Nepeta gets back outside, leaving you alone and feeling, well, like you followed a feral child into her cave. Torchlight burnishes shapes strange and foreboding. The irregular flicker disorientating. People used to do everything by firelight. No wonder medieval art is so preposterous. Dogs with the faces of old men and old men with the faces of babies. Speaking of art, drawings pepper the cave walls, shaky and crude, although you doubt even Michael fucking Angelo could do much of a canvas like this. The pictures seem to depict Nepeta and various other trolls, some of whom you think you recognize. You see Karkat's nubby little horns and Equius's broken one. A few pictures have been viciously scratched out. A couple of self-portraits in Peta also feature a large, sleek white cat. I wonder if that's her hunter Sona. Line Sona? Whatever. Then you hear a growl behind you and realize, oh, right, Nepeta has a Lucis. Hot, damp breath touches the back of your neck, and you turn as slowly and carefully as you can. Oh, hello, kitty. Two hissing mouths open and two snarls as the big cat backs you up against the cavern wall. Oh, Ponce, stop that, silly kitty. This is a friend. Nepeta hurries back inside, throwing herself onto her Lucis and petting them rambunctiously. Ponce's hisses immediately turn to purrs. She rolls onto her back and bats big, terrifying paws in the air. Aw, who's a good kitty? Who's the very best kitty? Ponce, we have a guest for dinner. They know Equius. You do, right? Nepeta looks at you with sharp little eyes. You do know my Moirail. You weren't lying? Oh, definitely not. You were never lying. You'll never forget Equius, no matter how hard you try. Although you did recently forget every single person you ever knew. That will absolutely never happen again, though. You won't allow it. AC leaves her weird friend in a very capable pause for Lucis while she goes to prepare a delicious meal. Oh, damn, Nepeta. Please don't go away and leave your guest alone for ferocious... You mean ferocious beast? But Ponce seems pretty well placated by Nepeta's insistence that you are a friend and not food. She curls up on one of the animal pelts, tucking her head, her tail twitches and her ears flick. You're pretty sure she's only pretending to sleep. Like she's giving you a shot, and if you fuck it up, it's lunchtime. You sit very still and try your best to look unthreatening. Just a little while ago, this would have been easy. You'd been totally defenseless and thinking the most unthreatening thoughts, but now? Now you remember at least a little of who you were, and you know what you've done, even if some of it was done in dead-end timelines that never actually came to pass. You're not sure you can still call yourself an innocent bystander. Nepeta derails his dangerous train of thought by dragging you in a huge haunt. That's just really the only word for it? A haunt. Something's leg. Wow. When she said she had a fresh kill, you figured that was part of the RP, like she's gonna pull out a Jornos or something like that. But nope. She really did tear apart some animal and bring you its leg. She has blood smeared over her one cheek, her hair in pieces across her sweaty forehead. You get why she and Equius get along. They have an equivalent ferocity. Good thing you aren't a vegetarian. You were gratified to discover Nepeta appears to draw her roleplay line at devouring raw meat. You wonder if trolls could eat raw meat, or if it would make them sick. They definitely seem to be more natural predators than humans are. But then again, most of them live in houses and eat cup noodles and play video games. You've never really met anybody like Nepeta. You watch her build a fire and then take yourself on a little trip to the mouth of the cat cave while she cuts up the meat and spears it on stakes to cook. You come back over to the fire when the meat looks a little bit less flesh and more like food. Honestly, it shouldn't bother you. You've seen and been through so much worse. Guess the mind is a strange and many-layered beast. There you are. I thought you'd run out into the waste like a big, powerful idiot. It's dangerous out there. Well, she went out there, although it's possible she's dangerous too. That makes Nepeta smile. She still can't quite meet your eyes, but she's fidgeting with her gauntlets less than she was before. So you really met Equius? Really? She slides up almost too close to talk comfortably. I wonder if this is the first conversation she's ever had that wasn't through a computer screen. You tell her that yes, really, you met him. You spent a good amount of time with him too. That's incredible. I've never seen that silly guy hang out with anyone before, except for maybe Whiskers. Whiskers? Oh, you mean Vriska. You know her too. Really, really, really? Yep. You would probably be hanging out with her right now if she hadn't gone off to do some Antifa shit with Terezi. You know Terezi too? GC? Oh yeah, for sure. Does Nepeta? You're expecting her to claim and wag her imaginary tail. Instead, she goes quiet. Fat pops and sizzles in the fire. Across the cave, Ponce let out a lazy squeak that sounds like it came from a much smaller cat. You ask Nepeta if everything is okay. So what you're saying is, you know all my friends. Well, that's not exactly what you said. It is kind of creepy if you dwell on it, but you keep meeting people through other people. That's normal, right? Well, you did just happen upon Vriska on a beach, and Aradia found you asleep in a field. You haven't asked Nepeta if she knows Aradia, but you're sure that she does. Somehow. Slowly, Nepeta lifts her gaze from the flames and meets your eyes for the very first time. Maybe it's the firelight, or the shadows gambling on the walls, but she looks haunted, hollowed out and filled with something you can't name. What are you? Nepeta may be goofy and playful and awkward. That doesn't make her an idiot, and you get the idea that threatening her like one is a very good way to have a very bad time. Explain. You tell Nepeta that you don't know what you are, or even who you are, so they know better than you did a few volumes ago, but you think you're an anomaly? You crash landing into someone else's story. Nepeta's still watching you carefully, muscles wound tight. She's ready to pounce. On the fire, the meat begins to blacken and burn, but neither of you say anything. There goes dinner. Me and some friends were supposed to play a game. Different from the games we usually play. Even Equi's gonna play this time, and usually hates games when the game didn't work. Alright, you know about the game. She blinks at you. I dream sometimes. Dreams? Well, that's pretty normal. Not normal dreams, dummy. At least, I don't think that they are. I suppose that even if they aren't, I wouldn't have anything to compare them to. They're the only sort of dreams I've ever seen. I'm not sure what they are. I see other Nepetas sometimes. Sometimes Ponce is there, and sometimes she's dead, and it always makes me very sad. I see my friends too. And other people I don't know, but who I think would be pretty good friends if I got a chance. The bright, hopeful note in Nepeta's voice digs deep at the center of you, picking at your nerves like a cello string. Makes you so impossibly sad, you don't know why. I don't see you, though. I don't think you fit in here. Ouch. I apologize. Apologize. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. My dreams are probably silly and don't mean anything. She swings back from the fire and K down on Pounce, burying her hands and face in thick white fur. You get up and follow her after her, because what else do? You should probably give up on this particular round at this point. You've quite thoroughly killed the friendship mood of all this existential angst. Why don't you live all the way out here anyway? Wouldn't it be better to live closer to all our amazing friends? At least Aqueous. Even Terezi, who's definitely very weird, has a house. Admittedly, it's in a tree, but it still counts. Oh, I'm used to when I was Wiggler. Or I think I did. A big wolvy house with windows and lots of furniture for Ponce to scratch. Ponce closes her eyes and purrs. But then, I don't know. Something happens. I remember fire and noise and a lot of shouting. Then I was on Ponce's back and we were running for a very, very long time. I think it was pretty terrible. Nepeta's fingers tying on Ponce's ruff. I like it here. Think back to a different olive blood girl in an oversized jacket who lived rough, and another who made her living with murder. In fact, you could see Nepeta growing up into someone much like Polypaw, sharper, meaner, all of her bright edges sanded off. Her games transformed into struggles for survival. Even now, sitting bathed in firelight, she looks tired. Every troll you've met carries the same exhaustion between their shoulders. Even the high bloods, to a certain extent, they are worn to the bone by the sheer weight of history and a future that promises more of the same. What does one do in the face of such insurmountable misery? How can you, a simple silent protagonist, ever begin to combat something so all-consuming, so monstrous? Nepeta is waiting for you to trudge through her mandatory self-aggrandizing introspective interlude. So you do all you've ever claimed to do. You hold out your hand and wait for her to take it. Zap. Nepeta yelps and jumps an impressive 4 feet into the air. Fair. You were doing a dramatic gesture and forgot to prepare her for it. Sorry about that. Huh? Where? Huh? This is... Despite Aqueous' incredible strength and barely contained excitement, when he wraps Nepeta up in glistening, obscenely muscled arms, the embrace is the gentlest you've ever been witness to. Aww. This is an incredibly unorthodox manner for a pair such as ourselves to become acquainted. I apologize for this guided display of public affection. It is extremely unseemly of me. Well, he isn't really in public right now. Actually, the opposite. You're the asshole who popped into the private living space with zero warning. I suppose that's right. This is not the first time you have intruded on my space. Just let yourself in and out. How indecent. Okay, dude, calm down. You'll get sweaty. I am always sweaty. Aqueous, you're smooshing me. Oh. Aqueous lets go, but he doesn't step away. He's looking at Nepeta like he can't believe she's real. Are you real? I think so. I don't know how I got here. Don't worry about it. Just think of it as a reward for being such a very good kitty. Wow. Is that a weird thing to say? That was pretty weird. You'll take it back. But Nepeta doesn't seem to have noticed you're fumbling. She's scamming around Aqueous in increasingly excited circles. Maybe you can't fix these kids' lives, maybe you can't improve society, but when it comes down to it, you have the power to bring friends together, and damn, you'll take it. I kinda don't want to see the bad routes for that one. Make me happy, exactly. Now, Solix. This one I'm probably going to just stumble on the bad ending. Not because I'm trying to. But I just can't keep up with his flow. Oh, I remember this station. So this is it. You think the Solix guy is going to be a piece of grub cake? From what both Karkin and Kanai have told you, the poor guy recently got ghosted by his girlfriend, best friend. You're not sure what they were, and apparently neither do their friends. For trolls, friends seem to be as loaded of a world as girlfriend, the corner of the group. Regardless, from what you've managed to gather, you're quite close, and your ghosting him has had serious emotional effects. Thing is, the guy sounds like a mess and looks like a loser, and boy is he ready for you. He's been flying low for a while, and you're ready to scoop him up and baby feed him the tenderness of worms directly into his mouth. Figuratively speaking. Unless he's into that, then so are you, and you're so fucking ready to do it. Literally. Out of all your mutual friends, Karkin has shown the most concern in the most backhanded of ways. Trapped in the throes of an extremely online sick sweepdom, he's been unable to tell Solix he's worried. And so, instead of having an honest conversation with a longtime friend, Karkat has arranged for an Alternian meet brute between the two of you. It's foolproof, which means it's you-proof. Karkat gave you an honestly frightening amount of detail in Solix's everyday routine. The main difficulty is he seldom leaves his hive. He's kind of an indoor boy. Today, though, you got unlucky. Solix has made plans to see a friend, and you're going to casually bump into the guy and play out all the Karkat's carefully curated plans step by step. Do I trust Karkat or go with my gut? Karkat never really tries to avoid direct conversation and communication. Well, first, he actually has to show, for someone with such a rigid schedule, he sure is not great at sticking to it. So, you're just left here at an alien train station, sitting on an alien bench, trying not to make eye contact with any of the aliens around you. Sure, they might be potential friends, but no. You're pretty sure that Solix is the guy for you this time around. You know it the same way you've known everything else since this particular leg of your meandering journey has began. It's gotta be Doc Scratch, right? That cue ball looking motherfucker stole the memories of all your previous buddies. Stands to reason they stole some other ones too. In fact, Aradia helping you remember has just made you realize that there could be so many other things you've forgotten. You can't shake the feeling that you're still being used, that everything you do, every move you make, feeds back into some shitty mastermind's plan. You've tried zapping back to Doc Scratch's mansion, but you can't get there either. He's out of bounds, so you just defaulted to your usual thing, friend acquisition. Even with Solix, the first conversation you see them having, Karkat asks, "Are we still friends?" And Solix says, "Yes." You ask me that all the time. Are you serious? I can't tell anymore. Yep. Yeah, because they always get into a bitching match. They always go further than they mean to, and then Karkat does that. That is the thing with Karkat and Solix, is that they will just do the whole "you're a loser, you're a bitch, you're not even that good at what you do, hey, I know I said these things, but I love you, right?" Because they were going at it, and I mean, again, I was listening to the audio version, and it really did just feel like bickering between some bros. Definitely your Call of Duty buddies, essentially, where you're shit talking, or just any kind of game, really. Or yeah, you may be your teammates, but you're just shit talking for most of it. But then it's hey, I said a few things, so I just wanted to let you know, you're my best bro, right? Because that was the thing, it wasn't just one side slinging shit, they were both slinging shit. But man, Solix being in a relationship for Aradia, it's just, it is such a roller coaster for that man. But every time he's just all right, yeah, we're back together. It really does feel like he's the stay-at-home husband, and she's the breadwinner, but she has to go on a bunch of business trips. And at the start of the troll arc, he's I don't know what's going on, but then literally later on when it happens, it's literally just him being, yeah, it just happens. She's gone, then we're here, and then she's Homestuck 2, it's, oh, hey, Solix, bye. And he's just like, what the fuck? Again? Alright. And now he's just kind of hanging out at Roxy's place right now, and what game was he playing? Was he playing Donkey Kong Country, or was he playing, I think he was playing a Donkey Kong game when we left off. And you're just like, I'm just kind of here, man. Roddy is such a menace. I love her. I also do love her new robes. Oh. You're playing into someone's hands. You just know it. But the alternative is just to do nothing. Sit quietly in a room alone and not have any contact with anyone. So who knows if that's exactly what Doc Scratch wants you to do in the first place. It's really hard to do anything at all the time. Anyway, Solix. I've heard a lot about this dude, and you're certain he's heard all about you. How can he not? You are basically best friends with everyone he knows. You are an unstoppable friending force. Oh fuck, there he is. He's pretty much exactly the way you imagined. How did Carcat put it? A skinny fuck and a total loser who would be utterly lost without Carcat's devotion and guided. Yep, just like that. Okay. I'm calling it now. We don't follow Carcat's instructions because he put it in a Carcat way and we're not Carcat. And I think we're gonna fuck up the instructions because we're not thinking. If we don't think the Carcat way, and because we're not Carcat, it's not gonna go well with Solix. That's my call right now. Is that because they got that history, because they got, that history of shit talking, we're gonna fuck it up. What should you do? Oh, this is a pure me fuck up right here. Let's go. Tell him you're Carcat's friend. You agreed Carcat. I can already see it. Solix, I don't want to know anyone that Carcat knows. Fuck off. You greet Solix cheerfully. You tell him that you're Carcat's friend, you know all about him. Solix looks you up and down. His nose wrinkles. He just stepped up a piece of particularly fragrant dog shit. You stealthily check the sole of your shoes to see if the unpleasant aroma is coming for you. Nope. Then what's wrong? Did you come on too strong? Oh no, you fool. You absolute fucking buffoon. This guy is part of the most oppressed class of people in Eternia. A gamer. Of course he's wary of you. He probably can't even tell if you're a PC or console player, or how objectively right your opinions about RPGs are. Timing was absolutely crucial here. You should have approached him as if he was a delicate baby gazelle, just inching up to the watering hole for a fresh sip of Mountain Dew. And then before he knew it, pounced and recounted to him how much you managed to break Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2, all the sick moves you've learned. That was to him for your objectively right gaming opinion. Let me cough real quick. Getting Yick flashbacks. This is so fucking typical. He didn't even fucking ask, just fuck. He can't mind his own fucking business. You were slightly confused. This wasn't part of Carcat's script. This is like the Jeezy thing all over again. He never fucking asked and he never fucking warns me. Not all your friends have to be friends with each other. Why is that so fucking hard for him to understand? Fuck! I want nothing to do with that juggler piece of shit, and whatever the hell you are. Juggler? He lifts an eyebrow. Oh, sorry, I pegged you as a honky ass licker, and I should have known better. You do look the part. Solix is absolutely unimpressed. Wow, we weren't expecting this. Are you experiencing a heated gamer moment right now? You think these might be Alternian slurs? But you can't really confirm without whipping your phone out in front of him and making a fool of yourself by opening Urban Dictionary mid-conversation. Urban Dictionary, still to the year of 2026, a reliable source. It's true. It is. The train pulls away from the platform. The troll in front of you seems to have completely forgotten about that. What the fuck do you want? You very bluntly tell him that you've heard he's having a rough time, and you just want to be his friend, so some of his friends have told you that they're worried, and Solix looks absolutely livid now. Did KK tell you I needed help? Well, no, it wasn't. You let out identical yelps and turned to see a ridiculously minuscule clown car just really fucking small. There are two big horns on the front and two bigger horns on the back. Motherfucking miracles. The small door of the car opens and comes out a shoe that really had no business in that car in the first place. There's absolutely no way that Gamzee fits in there, but somehow he's folding himself out. You turn to Solix to share a consternated look, but he just seems annoyed. A leg follows the shoe, accompanied by a series of cracks as he unfolds himself from inside the car. Recently, you've become a bit of a bone expert, and you are most certain that is not a noise that they should be making. You can't look away. You are absolutely hypnotized by this display of clownliness. Hey, motherfuckers. I was just all out and about when I happened upon the two of y'all. Can't hardly believe my oculars. Solix, my good bitch, I haven't seen you since... Oh, fucking, when's the first time we met? Oh, so you're double teaming me now? This is some sick shit. Trying to clown me from both sides? Now hold on, Gamzee wasn't a part of the plan. Plan. Oh shit, this always goes smoother in the rom-coms. It's okay, my most illustrious friend. There's no need for plans. We're all a part of a greater plan that brought us together. Oh dear lord, Solix, I'm sorry. If this is not the bad route, I'll be very fucking surprised. Solix takes a step back and takes a critical look at both of you and flies away so fast the shockwave almost helps you over. Gamzee waves him a very unaffectionate goodbye, eyes glazed over. Well, you beefed it. A very real word describes a real action that people take. You beefed it big time. You say beans out loud because you beefed it so hard you basically made yourself an entire meal. Ah, it's okay, my most universal friends. That's just how a motherfucker says hi sometimes, by falling away from you as fast as possible. I know it will cheer you up. It's drugs, isn't it? It's definitely drugs. Clown end. You know what, Solix? I apologize. Decided to hang back and wait a little longer. He sat on the platform a few polite feet away from him. Before long, a train pulls up and you see Solix takes a furtive peek inside before walking back out to the platform. That's interesting. Second train comes in and seems to deem this one worthy and hops in. You count to 10 before rushing in. The car is almost empty. It's just you, Solix, and a pile of blankets in a corner. The inside of the car is bee-themed. Man, trolls really love bugs. Solix takes a bench seat and pulls out his bag next to him, so there's no chance anyone will sit there. Luckily for you, the one in front of him is still empty. They're all empty, actually, so you take it. There's something a little nostalgic about this setup. Feels like any minute now Solix is going to ask you arbitrary questions that may affect some cosmetic choices in your life moving forward. I'm just reminded of Fear and Hunger 2. But, that update, huh? Still waiting for that. I really thought it was going to come out Halloween with everything that was shown. This is actually going to be a massive update, isn't it? But it's going to be background stuff. I think they've already stated that, yeah, like, you're gonna have some replayability elements added to the game. My bet is next April Fools. That's another thing. It would be hilarious. I would love it. But I remember seeing they do set dates for themselves, but they never follow through on them. Like, they themselves have stated that, where it's just like, yeah, I wanted the update out by this time. And then someone responded, it's already past that, and goes, I know. This is why I don't give public release dates. But man, imagine next April Fools. But then again, it could also be a thing of like, oh hey, you know, it's already late. I might as well add more stuff. Because originally it was just supposed to be the new area, RNG elements, and so for replayability, and background lore stuff. So now my thing is how much background lore stuff we're gonna get now. Also, Tanaka wasn't supposed to be this update. That was supposed to be a future update. If they're already cooking up Tanaka, that'd be pretty cool. But I'm like, if the update comes out to be the size of what they said originally, I mean, I'm not gonna complain. I'm taking it. I'm also assuming they're working, because they said they also want to work on Fear and Hunger 1. And hell, they could be already starting on Fear and Hunger 3, some parts. It's like, oh hey, I got this lore fresh in my mind right now. Might as well start scripting for the third one. But he doesn't. In fact, Solix's face remains totally neutral. All he does to acknowledge the Funger returns, exactly. I think the big things will be maybe some bug fixes for Fear and Hunger 1, but definitely I think the biggest thing, more questions for the new gods. I think that'll be the biggest update that happens for that game. Because that also happened with Fear and Hunger 1, is that, I forget if it was just before or after Fear and Hunger 2 came out. Fear and Hunger 1 got updates for more questions to come out like that. Where it's like, you could ask it very specific things from Fear and Hunger 2. All he does to acknowledge your presence with one single brow. The time you spent near him may have been short so far, but the idea of him you built in your head is quite strong. You heard enough from his friends to know he's not bothered at all. However, if you didn't know better, you would say Solix is emitting the energy of someone who walked into an empty bathroom and chose the most secluded stall, only for someone else to walk in and choose the one next to his. Which is nonsense, because you do know better. All the second knowledge you've got of this guy can't be wrong. He's doing what you've mentally dubbed his tsundere act. You keep staring. Can I help you, dude? This isn't how you expect to introduce yourself, but you do it anyway. Okay. He pointedly pulls out his phone and doesn't look at you anymore. Okay, so you're sensing that he needs some space. You pull out your own phone. What? What? There was doubt that you had one because it hadn't been mentioned in a good 2/3 of this game? Silly. Little did you know the phone survived it all in your hoodie pocket. They truly don't make phones like this anymore. They don't. They really don't. Solix is holding his horizontal, which gives you the idea that he's playing a video game. Well, he's got you beat already. You don't have any phones on your. You don't have any games on yours. You decide instead to go through your messages and. Wow, you had so many plans with so many of your friends, and you went and disappeared on them. Fuck, they were counting on you. Okay, you got this. Carcat has basically shown you this guy's entire games library, and you're going to super casually bring up games he likes, no problem. There's a name on it that had really surprised you, but in hindsight, it makes sense. Back at home, the game's still wildly popular. Nobody knows exactly where Minecraft came from, but fuck, everybody loves it. You loudly announce to absolutely fucking nobody, because you're being so casual and friendly that you love Minecraft. Every gamer knows that one, but you get no reaction. Fuck, this guy can probably tell you don't even know how to use a texture pack. That's fine, no harm done. You know, he's also a huge fan of attack drone and solid states. You don't have time to find anything about it on Goregal, besides the fact that it was apparently staunchly anti-war. The guy making the game got away with it for a while because the Empire caught up with him. Well, it's because nobody actually understood what the fuck is Metal Gear Solid. Name dropping it alone would surely be enough to show what a badass gamer you are. Nothing. God, Group Stronghold 2? No. Fortnite? Damn. We're completely certain all these sick games would prove irresistible conversational topics. You look sick. I don't actually give a fuck, but please don't puke on my shoes. Thank you, Solix. That startles you. Immediately, you assume you're fine. That sounds like bullshit, but I'll believe it since I don't want to make this any more awkward. Nobody understands it, Metal Gear Solid. I'm Solix. Oh, you're surprised he changed his tune so fast. You're that alien everyone's talking about, aren't you? How did he know? You've been messaging me for days, dude. And been totally weirdly invasive to me. Whatever, I'm in a good mood today, so we're starting over. I'll take it. Okay. That isn't that bad. You can do this. You do this over again, and you try to play out the fact that you know a creepy amount of insider knowledge about this guy. I don't see what the big... Hey, what are you being so loud? Can't you see him trying to sleep here? A small olive troll pops out from the blankets in the corner. Somehow this really shakes Solix. We need to leave immediately. Why? You don't understand. This guy here is going to die, and we're going to go with him if we don't get out right fucking now. What will you do? Teleport away from the danger. So continues to shake, and you grab Solix's arm and teleport. And somehow, you end up in front of John's house. Huh. Well, of all places you visited, his neighborhood is probably the friendliest. And there's something about the knowledge that Dad is around the area that makes you feel safe. Like if you needed it, you could actually get a dose of parental guidance, or at least a fresh croissant. You turn and check on your new friend. Solix is scrunched up into the house's shadow, trying to play it cool, but obviously shaking by how sunny it is. Once he realizes that you're indeed not being burned alive by the sun, he visibly relaxes. What the actual fuck did you do? This is obviously not Alternia. It's a little hard to explain things without flexing at this point, so you allow yourself to brag a little in hopes of impressing Solix. You explain that not only is this a safe place, but also John programs a little. He's probably worse than Kark at it, and it'll surely cheer Solix up. You're certain Dave's around, and he reminds you a little of... Can you stop? Fuck. Stop what? I don't think you get how weird you're being. I haven't told you anything about me, but somehow you managed to know a lot of really personal information about me. Honestly, it's creepy as fuck. I know you're friends with basically all my friends, and I'm sure they told you I'm kind of a aloof piece of shit and grumpy and hard to get along with. Half the time it feels like I don't even deserve them. And then you walked in and they all adore you instantly? Fuck, even Ek likes you. You don't understand, shouldn't this make your friendship easier? You don't get it. I'm way more complex than where the fuck I say online whatever my friends have told you. Real life isn't like a dating sim in which you fumble your way into the right choices. What do you even want to friend me? Well, both of you share so many friends. It's only natural, isn't it? Solix looks at you. Expression remains neutral. And somehow you feel harshly judged. I don't think you understand how things work for people like me. I had a wake-up call in which I realized nothing I do really matters. Whether I want it or not, I'm destined to be a war machine. Or I got a taste of it once. It can't be harder than the first blood, right? He smiles a little. Makes you feel worse. Solix is letting you in on something that you don't have the full picture for. Anything you say at this point wouldn't be any help. I'm too stupid enough that I'll resist. So it will definitely suck big time for me. But I already made the mistake of trusting someone who let me believe I can make a change. And shit's got fucked before, and that's that. This is certainly not that. It's not too late. Things are better. You made sure of it. You could make a change, both of you. You're not entirely sure what he's talking about, but he doesn't have to become anything he doesn't want to. I can see why the others like you. And for whatever it's worth, I do wish I could believe you too. Before you can react, he's flying away. Fuck shit. Now he's lost on Earth and oh god. What the fuck grabbed him? Wait, did he just like wave dash away? Now he's lost on Earth and oh god, he could have at least waited for you to get him back home. What the wrong people find him and do fucked up experiments on him? Oh, but he definitely doesn't want to have anything to do with you. See you, space gamer. Man, we are fucking up Solix's thing so bad right now. Oh, he's floating away. Okay. Tell Solix nothing is wrong. Your hand on Solix's shoulder, there's nothing wrong. Ring continues to shake. Are you out of your mind? We have to... The shaking stops as something as it started. While Solix and the Sleepy Troll look around confused, everything looks fine. Sleepy Troll just yawns and goes back into the blankets. I understand. This isn't how things work. What did you do? Who knows? You're not entirely sure what Solix thought was going to happen. Is he okay? No, I hear voices? You hope he's getting the right help for that. No, you recycled asswipe. The voices of the dead, or more importantly, the imminently deceased. I very clearly heard the voices of Blanket Troll right there. And now I don't? That doesn't happen. That never happened before. Well, isn't that a good thing? It's not bad. That makes you happy to hear. You feel like you're finally making progress getting through to him. Sorry, I got really stressed for a moment. Fuck, this is awkward. You sure him it's fine. You enjoy the rest of the ride with him, mostly companionable silence. The train pulls into what seems to be the right stop, so as Solix stands up. You're friends of KN, right? Kanaya? Oh yes, you very eagerly nod. Well, I'm headed her way if you're interested. You're nowhere near as annoying as Easy and KK made you sound. Solix smiles, since the first time you've seen him genuinely smile in your time together. You tell him that you would love to see Kanaya again. Wait, hold on, Trezzy and Karkat think you're annoying? He snorts. No, they just described you honestly, and being how you are, it's part of your charm, I guess. As long as you find you charming too, you're okay with this backhanded compliment. Dude, you have to stop being so overeager. It's a little embarrassing. But anyway, I hope you didn't have a heavy breakfast. Huh? Does he expect you to run there? You can teleport easily. You can get there fast. That's nice. We're going to arrive there with more style. Oh shit. Before he's done talking, you're already in midair. You've been lifted by Silence before, but it's the first time you felt completely weightless. It's like gravity's completely forgotten. You have to answer to it. Brace yourself. I refuse to slow down. So do you. So you do. Everything around you becomes a blur. You know you're somewhere, but everything just looks like colors. When the world sharpens back into view, you're in Kanaya's hive. Solix looks smug. Kanaya looks from him to you and back again. While I am happy you made a friend, I wish you had given me a warning. No offense. None taken. But you are a little curious as to why you had to take the train over. Solix seems like he could have flown over here easily, so why? Can't a dude just be super fucking jazzed about public transportation? Fair. Fuck the entire planet and its stupid fucking hemo-spectrum system. But at least the train can take you from where you need to go for the most part. Well, you can't say that the same run's true from where you're from, no. He knows I will not open the door otherwise. Oh? You're really killing my vibes here. Completely harshing it. Well, I would think our friend would appreciate knowing that while powerful you are, you are still a developing young troll. I'd rather not have to mop your brains off my front door. Are we really doing this again, Miriam? On last name basis again, Solexter? Solexander. Yes, we are doing this again. Being the natural curious person that you are, you have amassed a good amount of troll anatomy knowledge by now. Thus far, Your brain, alien brain anatomy has eluded you. What happens is I have a big brain that is almost as big as mine. What happens is that when we were younger, Solix would get really sleepy if he used his powers too much. Then Kain found Gorgle, and found terms like dopamine, norandrial, and then pissamine, and now she thinks she knows better than me. Solix, please, I sent you the links. We both know the same amounts. What a fun conversation. Yeah, whatever. I came to do a favor, so I decided I needed assistance for a change. Solix, if you're going to make excuses, make a good one. Instead of being annoyed and embarrassed, Solix seems delighted to hear Kanaya's words. He already looks way more relaxed in his element than he was in the train. So what's the problem this time? Where is it? Well, you see, the keyboard will not work. I just have no idea what happened. Kanaya points to her computer. It's very clearly been cut in half. Most likely sawed in half. Very cleanly, if you must add. Sol looks at it like he's seriously considering what could have happened to this computer. You try turning it on and off? Naturally. I figured something like this would happen, so I came prepared. He pulls out some things from his bag, including what looks like an identical version of Kanaya's computer. You think this may happen a lot? While it gets to work setting things up, Kanaya takes you aside. I have to say, I am really impressed. Yes, you are quite impressive. Solix has not been at his best recently. You see, we had what you may call a falling out in our friend group, which resulted in 3 serious injuries and 1 death, the details of which are not mine to share. But Solix was used in a rather heinous way, and I do not distance myself in any way from the troll who caused all of this. And Solix, in a very Solix fashion, blamed himself and withdrew from all of his friends. My friends have been doing this to me now to, hey, my blank stopped working, I became the IT guy. I'm still the IT guy for my mom. I remember my brother was the IT guy, and then it kind of switched. I became more of the IT guy in the family. Or for my brother. Or he'll ask questions, and I'll try my best. But it doesn't happen. It's always the simple things, too. Like, one of my friends went, is it Bluetooth? Ah. The moment the first question is asked, it's always easier for... Yep. There's a green text story I love called The IT Wizard. I love that the answer for most of the problems of the story is just updating Chrome. Or updating Adobe Reader. There's just a part of me that wants to believe this is real, and only some of it was, like, exaggerated. But, like, everything else was very legitimate. Because 90% of the time, the problem is either update or turn it on and off again. I remember when I did work IT, there's the amount of just restart or unplug it and then plug it back. Yep. Because I think he did that for the servers where, yeah, that was like the big one where it's like servers aren't working. He doesn't know what's going on. And he talks to some other IT people, like, what can I do, guys? And they go, we try turning it on and off again. and it worked. See, that's the thing, is like, if all you're dealing is with, like, hardware, and even some software, it's literally just, most of the time you can get away with it, of just turn on and off again. Is Bluetooth on? Is your Wi-Fi on? Like, when I worked IT, there was one girl we had that, kept installing, I forget, it's, like, it was, I forget what it was called, but it was like an extension bar you could add to your browser that, like, could give you quick access to different things. And so the person in IT is like, oh yeah, don't worry, I'll take it. And literally what they do is, like, they get rid of all, like, oh, it was like a browser extensions. They just had a browser extensions they kept adding, and it just kept slowing down the computer because, of course, like, college is a community college, so, like, they have funds, but, like, they're not gonna buy, like, top of the line, like, laptops or whatever. So it's like, it's a laptop that works, but obviously, like, things can very easily slow it down. It's like every time it's like, oh, hey, give me your laptop and I'll debug it, I'll do that antivirus thing. And it's literally just, all right, get rid of the browser extensions and you're good. Because it wasn't like things like Honey or like ad blocker. It was literally things that added almost like another favorites bar to your browser. Like, most of the time, it wasn't like a serious thing. And then also, like, oh, helping people restart, like, reset their passwords. Yeah, that was the other big thing. Because it really is just that hardware needs to be reset every now and then, and one can't use the laptop reset. Yeah, I know him. Like I've heard people say, like, even for computers, like, you should be turning it off every night. You shouldn't just be putting it to sleep. But, like, for a good while, manufacturers understood that people weren't doing that, so they made them more resilient, but they still gave out the recommendation. It's like, as long as your computer turns off, like, I'm gonna say every once in a while. I try to do it once a month, at least my computer, if not at least 2 to 3 weeks. I'm just gonna say month, probably. That sounds more right. Because something always comes with, like, a Windows update or something, so. The evil, how do I reset my password question? That's why I loved having, I think we did have a cheat sheet where we could just send them the link. And it's like, oh, hey, like, because you had to reset your password for a certain amount of time. Oh, hey, if you missed the time period to change your password, this is what you do. And if you don't know this, please contact this department instead, because that's admissions, and they have your information. We don't. But if you want us to get your information, you have to verify it's you through us. Like, you had to answer so many questions to prove it was you. Instead of just going to admissions and being like, hey, they need their information, talk to them. And when he started talking again, he still refused to engage me in conversation. So he finally acknowledged my medical condition. Oh boy, and I hadn't mentioned a medical condition up until this point. We hope you haven't accidentally made her overexert herself or been rude in any way, nor if it's okay to ask. I can see you are interested in what my condition is. It is quite serious and frustrating at times, but I have stopped blaming myself for it, and just accepted it as part of my life. You nod. You are overall a rather healthy individual. You tend to get injured on a bi-weekly basis, but somehow always miraculously come out of it just fine. You truly are one lucky son of a bitch. It is still a little embarrassing to admit. Killer sees your friend. You will not judge her at all. In fact, you want to take a moment to appreciate her for not judging you. She definitely has it more together than you. She smiles one of the warmest smiles she's given you. Very well. I'm not proud of this, but I am. My medical condition is that I am bulge cursed by Vrishka. That's how you do a joke right there. Fuck. We get it. It's just one more time on that. Okay. You keep it her. Holy shit. Thank you. I have learned to live with it. Kanaya, God, you were just so sorry about this. I'm joking. I'm making a joke about my crush on Vriska being a medical condition. I thought I'd bring a little levity to this situation, but you just look so concerned. You know, Kanaya, that her sarcasm face looks all like her normal face. Yes, people have told me that one before. Solik chooses that moment to slide back in. It's all set. Thank you. I had something that you've been bothering me about for a while. They move towards the computer, and you can't see the screen from where you are, but you can see Kanaya's face light up at whatever they're looking at. Oh, Sulix. I know you did not want to share these pictures, I hope. I did not push too far. No, you didn't. I was just being a stupid fuck. I don't know why I was so hung up on it. I'm 6 now. I'm technically an adult. Not really, but thank you. It means a lot to me. Yeah, whatever. We both look like stupid grubs in these pictures. That immediately grabbed your attention. You were quite young. You try moving closer to take a peek, but Kanaya throws an absolutely murderous look. What an embarrassing childhood memory laying there going down? It seems it's deeply personal to Sulix. For once in your life, you mind your own business. It's kind of awkward to see myself like that. What the fuck am I wearing? It was very fashionable for a time. I would know I hadn't made it for you. It's not you or the fashion, it's just picking up on the discomfort. Can I save the day before you can butt in? Focus more on what you had done to your own hair. So, Alexander, what had you been thinking when you did that? Hey! After a few more minutes of reminiscing, they move away from Peter and back to where you're standing. You hope they both appreciate you staying in your own lane. Anyway, Ed, I have to say I'm rather surprised to see you with company. Yeah, I guess I got my whole lone bark beast reputation to keep, but what can I say? Is that why Miss Pixies keeps bringing up the delightful conversation you two are having? Well, I got big fucking news. Turns out, she's not as boring as I thought she'd be. It's going. Who's Pixies again? Do not remember right now. Going where? Silk shrugs. Just going. Can I have an agreement? Decides to drop it. It's funny to think you thought this guy was a complete loser. He seems to have more game than the average gamer. A stealth Chad in a way. Wait, hold on. What has Kanaya got to introduce Solix? Pet-free. What does Kanaya get to introduce Solix to someone, but Karkit has to come up with an incredibly convoluted plan for you two to meet up? No offense to you or KK, but KK has no filter on who he lets into his life. Oh my gosh. Solix, you monster. Yeah, no. Oh my gosh, Kanaya, you monster. You feel like you may start taking actual offense. I hate meeting new people. Do I look like I know what the fuck a Dave is? Bitch, I'll kill you. No, you will not. No, I won't. It's a meme. Fucking Kanaya. She smiles pleasantly. You feel... Give me a second. I was right. I was hearing tornado siren and it was like, oh, it's just a statewide, what's it called? I just X out of it. Essentially, just like to say, hey, this is the sounds of the sirens in case of emergency. She smiles pleasantly. You feel a little bit like an outsider, like you're missing some history between them. But you can't help but feel a little warm on the inside of friendship. Anyway, we should leave soon. Why? Thought you were going to stay the day. It's a rather long journey. It's whatever. I left some shit running that I need to check on. Oh, hacker shit? Of course not. Very well, at least let me get a couple of shirts I fixed for you. And if you'd be kind enough to drop a couple of things off at the drone office. I fixed a sweater for Carcat. Yeah, no problem. The moment Kanai steps away, Solix is in your face. So, we're not staying over because you're obviously not 6, and having you over for a sleepover would be fucking weird. You can't argue with that. But also, you seem okay. I wouldn't mind spending more time with you, which is something I don't tell everybody. There's a frozen muscle beast nectar place near the drone office. Bingo there. Oh fuck, oh yes, it's a friend date. Sweet victory. Nice. Alright. We'll go for this ending. We'll go for this ending next time I stream this. And then we'll go through, we'll go through a volume or two. I think I'm going to do 2 volumes next Thursday. I don't work next Thursday, so we can do 2 volumes then. Yeah, nope. That'll be it for today's stream. I'm gonna try to sleep for like another hour before I gotta go to work because last night was not fun. My favorite thing about this is that more and more they interact. Yes. We're getting more interactions. I do kind of hope that when we get to the post-scratch people, that, like, let's say we do Jane's, we get to see Roxy. Like, that's just ready. But I do like that, future characters, they can interact with the past characters. We can use some of the old layouts as well. Why is this game called Pesterquest? Peter, the horse is here. That just reminds me that, what is it? It's that meme that people have been sharing where H.P. Lovecraft stories, you have to remember that everyone's speaking essentially with a Boston accent. So, for some people, that takes away from the seriousness of the events. Because you just hear a Boston or Massachusetts accents when these great elder cores are happening. Alright. That'll be it for me. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to try to rest up my voice even more, because I could definitely tell my voice is still a little weak, or a lot of phlegm still, I guess. So, I'll look into that. As well, I'm just going to check on the catch, because it's warm. Oh, also, remember I mentioned the heat? The other thing is that the apartment is still giving heat. We can't turn it off. So, despite it being 70, we're still getting heat because, I live in Minnesota, Midwest. Sometimes winter just happens for no reason. Like, it's going to be like 40 degrees. So, like, I'm sitting here, like, man, the cats are so lethargic. Man, I fucking wonder why. It's 7 degrees outside, and then you have the heat on as well. So, like, after the stream's done, I'm turning on the super fan in the living room, and I'm like, oh, like listen to this, Demon Theory. I'm like, why is Frida not sleeping on my brother's bed? Because she likes this. Because my brother's bed's a little higher, and she likes sleeping there. Why does she sleep? I fucking wonder why. With all this heat, why wouldn't she pick the lower elevation? Because heat rises. So here I am concerned. It's like, oh my gosh, Frida is like, are your legs? No. I need to get out of my own head and go, no. The cats are being smart. They're smarter than me. She is still in my brother's room. She's like sleeping next to my brother's like clothes or whatever. Um, or one of his coats on the floor or whatever. So she's still like doing that thing she likes, like, oh, it has my brother's scent on it. I'm gonna sleep next to it. Sayla, though, is still sleeping up high. You can make them cat-safe ice pots for them while the fan gets going. I'll look that up, bro. Actually, real quick, let me check that. Cat-safe ice pops. Ooh. Fish-based, broth-based. Okay. I wonder if I don't know if we have any. Maybe I should get that. I should get some molds, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna check about getting some molds to do that for the cats. But yeah, I know. But they have plenty of water. I'm gonna fill up their water bowls again. I've also gave them a treat earlier today. And they were they were energetic for that. Like they came, with their little stride to get that. Yeah, I know. And freeze it for their cats and add other cat safe foods in it. Okay. I know watermelon is more or less safe for them. Especially seedless. You gotta go seedless. Some fruit with coconut water. Okay. Yeah, I know. Worried about the cats, and all that. And then it's just like, no, it's because it's hot. And that's all it is. All right. I am going to go head out then. Going to pet the cats and also nap a bit. And yeah, that will be it for me. Thank you all for joining. Hope you had a good time. Hopefully, now that I'm more or less better, I can actually make some shorts this week without coughing up a fit and getting distracted. And keep up on that grind. So everyone, thank you for joining me. Have a good rest of your day. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.